How's it going? Hang on, I'll just shut that down. And I need my alert window up. I'm not going to say shit. How do I do it again? That's how I do it again. So how's everybody doing? How's it going? Nearly done. I know I do this every stream. I'm so organised, aren't I? Bella. Bella. Bella, get out from there, please. Come on. Up there. Go on. Sorry. Up. Get up. Thank you. She's trying to get where all the wires are, and that's not advised because she'll break something and I'll cry. And nobody needs that today. So, slight confession. I didn't find all of the footprints because some of them didn't respawn. So, sorry. But it shouldn't take long to find them. So, don't hate me. Hello. Well done on first. Slides and DMs. Oh, guess what I got today? Guess what turned up? Hello. It did. I got a letter on Valentine's. I also love the sticker on the front as well. Your stamps are really nice. It's We don't have nice things like that. To be fair, I don't even know what our stamps look like right now. Do they still have the queen? Do they have the king? I don't know. I was about to start playing the game and I'm on the chatting screen. That would have went well. How are you? I'm going to swap to the gaming screen. Just so you know. I love this song. Thank you. Thank you for the luck. US is the best. I'm working. Oh, well, don't work too hard because that's just terrible. I can't believe I forgot everything. It is very quiet. Why are you so quiet? That's why you're so quiet. Okay. I had me other headphones in yesterday, so apparently this computer remembers the volume that you've chosen for every sound device that you connect, which is kind of handy, but I didn't realise that, so I'm like, why is everything so quiet? Right. Sadly, need to search for more Rathian tracks. So seeing this is just us, I'm going to go on an expedition. To here. I was debating putting music on in the background, but like my music choice varies, so we could get a really cool song when I'm fighting a monster. Like we could have some kind of like rock and roll sounding thing, or there's a chance Celine Dion will come on just as we smack a dinosaur. I mean, can you imagine like a proper girl by like Leanne Rimes just as I'm swinging down on a Rathian like, how do I? No, bad. Don't worry, I won't sing properly. I wouldn't put you through that. I am expecting a quiet evening this evening. You bugger, nearly. I was looking down though. So yeah. Minus Cyber expecting a quiet evening this evening because everybody's out being all like, why did you put me through it though? I haven't put you through nothing. I'm now put lovely to you. Even sat and had a conversation with you this morning and everything. I've turned the volume up. You're singing. Oh, I didn't mean to. It's not my fault. Shouldn't take your headphones with you. And plus, I was only singing quietly. You didn't have to experience the stuff that Amy experiences. I think you're so lucky. I've turned my headset volume right up, so I should jump now. Well, obviously it's not your level of vocal amazingness. I mean, come on, I'm only human. God. But like I say, just be grateful I was still trying to be quiet and I didn't go proper. How are you doing anyway? How is everybody in your household? I don't want to talk to the fish person. Just need to find the remainder of these fucking tracks. Oh, tough skin fruit. Thank you for the lurk, Park Nev. I don't know why I said your full thing, just Nev. Nev. Thank you, I appreciate you greatly. Not too bad, how about you? I am not too bad. Not too bad at all. Cannot complain. Well, I probably could, because... Nev for mod. But I already have such wonderful mods. Not that I'm sure Nev wouldn't be a lovely mod. I feel like I've already started digging a hole now. Thanks, Lurk! Sometimes, round here, oh, it's not here right now, but there's a rare, like, you know how you can catch some of the smaller life here and make them your pet? There's a songbird that occasionally goes up on one of them cliff edges. Very rare. I have 3 on my other account. So they're not that fucking rare. Ah, it was the wrong boot on. I hope Nev is doing well. Is Nev streaming? Or about to stream? Because I normally have everybody on the little tabs. Yoink. Oh no, I missed and it was like right there. Mocking me. Bastard bird. I'm gonna miss every time, aren't I? Yep, gonna miss every time. Oh, really? I didn't even look that time. That was terrible. Awesome! As long as he doesn't expect, like, top-class acting or anything like that. Because that's not gonna happen. I am gonna sit and read through a bit more of the stuff I need to read through this evening after stream. I've got that song stuck in my head now I've mentioned it. God damn it. First lot of ads are going to be in about 20 minutes. After those ads, I'll do all my shouties. Right, come on. Footprints. All I want. Not asking for much here. I would like to move on with the story. Ooh. Thank you. I didn't empty my items pouch, did I? Rookie mistake. Oh! Thank you for the follow. And welcome in. Feel free to chat or to look. Like out any other scale, footprint, whatever. Hi, Key! Thank you for the resub. How are you? But they normally put the little flies to a little indicator thing. Feel free to press buttons. If I can't really stop you from pressing buttons. If it would make you happy, by all means, press buttons. You should have seen Cyber yesterday pressing buttons. Thing is, I can get revenge on Cyber. They don't attack anymore. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. I thought they'd made friends with me. Right, one there. There was one over there. Could there be one up here? No, but I can hear something big. Oh. You're not too big. Oh god, every time someone says that in a movie, they die later. Oh, we about die. I missed buttons. It's fine. Don't you worry. Buttons are overrated. Have I been this way? It's the way I came in, isn't it? Thanks. Nope, not new hair colour. I just washed it. No, I haven't actually had my hair down in streams for a while. I always have one of my headbands on. Could be the lighting. I don't know. Could be the correlation to the lipstick. I'm got. But thank you very much. You're too kind. Now we either only need one more scale. The mysteries of Soap and Water. I know. I know. Normally I free from it like Snape confronted with shampoo. No, I'm not that bad. No. Oh, watch that. Oh. Uh-oh. Nice doggy. I fucking know I discovered it. It's right bloody there. Jesus. Let's have a look at the map. Well, that's the fish person. I don't want to see them. What's that? Nope, been there. So been in there. Okay, so it's not going to be in there. Maybe it's over here? Oh, they're not happy about something. Deary me. Didn't mean to press that button. That happened. So how about all you lovely individuals on this lovely Singles Awareness Day? Thank you for joining me and being my gaming buddies. Footprint. You can get cactus. Excuse me, coming through. Not what I want. I ditched a date tonight. Why'd you do that? Ooh, look, it's a Beetlejuice.
one frightening monster. Those scales. Be careful.
It's not called a Beetlejuice. It's a basil, guys. But I call it a Beetlejuice. And it drops bombs from its belly. You bitch! Did you see that little motherfucker up there? I get you. You absolute prick. You deserve this. Knock me into the path, will you? Sheesh. Ah! Run away! I should have used a different weapon. Sorry, I'm shouting at her. Now you listen here. Look at it, look at it. Rude. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Didn't know what day it was and I was like, oh hell no. Also, she was projecting shit from her. Oh god. Fair. That is fair. Good god, you're loud. I'm on fire. Ooh. Can we put us out, please? Thank you. Christ, that thing is mean. Done? No, no, it's not done. I shouldn't have asked. That was a stupid question. I deserve that. I always used to try avoid dates on Valentine's Day as well. Not for it being cliche or anything. Everything's always overpriced. Bollocks. And I don't know, just people act differently, I suppose, on Valentine's Day. It's very weird. Look, I should not have dodged that. I mean, I should have dodged it, but it should not have actually accepted my dodge. Yes! Right in the face! Get! But everything is stupidly priced though, isn't it? It's not just me. Yeah. I mean, I'm not totally against lovey-dovey. I prefer lovey-dovey, like, discreetly. I think when it's shoved in your face and it's over the top, it just seems fake. Like, if you have to have one day a year where you can actually be lovey-dovey and be appreciative of your partner, don't have a fucking partner. Okay. Good luck. Sorry if I'm loud. Yeah. I mean, I've always thought like that. I've had issues with, like, people in past relationships because they've expected some grand gesture one day a year, and it's like, bitch, I'm grand every day of the goddamn year. Do you think you'll rearrange this date? Oh, it's not my business, but I'll ask anyway. Ooh. Oh no. Years ago, the lady I was with was like, what did you get me today? Oh, because of the project. I thought because of the projecting you might not, but you never know. Can you hit it, please? Thank you so much. Yeah, take that. This sword is not blunt already, is it? Ooh, I'm about to be dead. Jesus. Woo! I did. Well, I fainted. I don't think I've ever turned round on a Valentine's Day and been like, what have you got us? No. If they get me something, lovely. I appreciate it. Even if it's just like, I saw this flower on the side of the road, as long as it's not like squished and covered in mud, because that's just... Nobody would like that. But no, it's not a be-all and end-all. And again, if you only have one day that you celebrate your relationship, don't fucking well be in it. Hello there, Mirage. How are you? Would you prefer Mirage or Ghost? Ah, see, I don't normally use this weapon. This was a weapon that we were last given, if you will, on it, because I've got a choose your champions option, and it was one of the last ones we were given. So I'll have to figure out how to do that. I'm sure it'll tell us on the top when I do. But thank you for letting me know. And welcome in. Any, it's your choice. I will probably switch between Mirage and Ghost then. But how are you? Welcome in. I was literally about to say, would you prefer Lord or Izator? Is it Izator? Izator? I don't feel it. I feel it'll be a bit weird if I'm going, oh Lord. Because I will do it like that. Every time. Without fail. Okay. Charging vials. How do we do that? No idea. Okay, cool. Let's go. Oh. Okay, it's still up there. I know. I went the wrong way. I'm sorry. Is that an Irish accent I hear? No, it's not. It occasionally will sound Irish because I've had Irish people in my life and there's a couple of words that I pick up that sound it. But it is a Northern English accent. Common as muck. We do have someone in the community called Raffin who often tells us that there's certain words I say, you can hear the Irish in you. I'm from Philippines. Ooh, very nice. Where on earth is this thing taking me? I'm playing with heavy bowgun, shard blade. I normally go light bowgun, and I do like the dual blades as well. They're my two like go-to weapons. But because I've got the choose your champion, it's like, oh, no, give it a try. So you'll have to bear with me while I figure out how to charge the charge blade. No, don't. It doesn't matter if it's out. It hit it. Now I'm on fire. Fab. Get up. Thanks. Oh, I saw it say charge vials there, and now it's gone. Ha! Ha! We've got it. Maybe. Oh, you missed. Do I use nail polish? Occasionally, yeah. What are you doing? Get up. It's not a stupid question. I have the terrible habit of occasionally bite. Well, I used to bite my nails all the time. Oh god, don't faint again. I'm gonna faint again. No. Anyway, I used to have the terrible habit of biting my nails all the time. So, as a result, when my nails do grow, they're quite crappy. And they break very easily. I could have swore I turned that down a little bit. I don't want to be too much louder than the game, but the game is also absolutely slamming my eardrums right now. Bear with me. Heavy damage. Well, with your charge, but if it's used properly, I imagine this thing packs an absolute wallop. Sadly, I'm the one using it, so it won't be used quite as correctly as it should be yet. But we'll get there. We'll learn. We'll learn. Which do you I know. I know. It's lovely, this one. I am going to change my weapon. I remember the first time we came across this thing. Oh. I hate the monster. It's a douche. It's a douche. But it's also kind of okay. I think the first time I was playing this, I had a bow because I was trying out bow when I came across this monster. No. A bow with this thing. But oh, they're blast. They're not going to be very good. Tough. It'll have to be. There will be an ad starting in about 40 seconds-ish. If possible, I will, like, if we've managed to... How much time have I got, actually? Oh, I'm on an expedition. As long as I haven't came across the monster, I'll just pause. So no one's going to miss us getting me arse absolutely handed to us, don't worry. Hi, Omen, how are you doing? I'll also be doing shout-outs after the adverts, just so you're aware. So all of our lovely community will be shouted out for you to peruse. Longsword may be good. Good call. Good call. Longsword. Let's have a try. We have the ice... No, the thunder one. The blast one. I nearly jumped at that one, you bugger. Good. What you fighting? We are currently fighting. The ads are about to start, just so you know. I will not interact with the monster until you're back. Pinky swear. Pinky swear. We are fighting the Beza, whatever, the Beetlejuice. The Beza thing. Blast's no good. Yeah, feel free. I've played this before, so it's no spoilers on my part. But feel free. Is that the only long swords I've got? Right, we're going to restock. And put you away, because he doesn't poison us. Put you away. I just call him B-52. Dropping so many bombs. I like it. Focus on the tail. Have a mobile weapon so you can avoid blast eggs. That's why I was going with dual blades initially. But we're going to see if we can do it with longsword. If we die, we die. But aim for the tail. Got it, boss. We will do that. I don't need any bullets. I do need... Use that. I was busy with story earlier. Did Zora's second boss fight. I've been using the switch axe. Ooh, very nice. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate you greatly. I would have waited, honest. But thank you very much. I know, ads are just... It's like whenever... once the ads are over, it's if you stuck around through them, I greatly appreciate you. If you didn't, I completely understand. Thank you. I will try to be entertaining. I'll die a lot, so that'll be entertaining. Right, while we're here, while the ads are on, I'm going to quickly craft stuff so I don't die as quickly. I say that like I'm not going to die as quickly. I know I can craft a large amount. I'm just a pain in the arse. Shocker. Nice. Craftable. Life powder would be kind of handy. Once I run out of everything else. I mean, am I going to weaken it enough to possibly capture it? That's a thing. Welcome to Monster Hunter. Too much debt. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. I remember it well. Not as much as Elden Ring, though. Or Crash Bandicoot. But we're not talking about Crash Bandicoot. How many hours have I sank into this? Oh, a few. A few. I know. So, let's have a look. 938. I have no life. I know. I know. I'm impressive. 938, and it was I've probably not played this game until recently for about 2-3 years. Actually, probably 3 or 4. Hence why I'm a little bit rusty. I just hit 1,000th hour yesterday. Nice. I feel like you should celebrate that. Right. Oh, did I pick up Tranks? The one thing that's kind of helpful when trapping something.
What the fuck was that?
I know. 3,000. Well done. Well done. I feel much better about the fact that I don't know how to use some of these weapons now. Don't ask. I don't know. I just have to do this. It makes sense to me. Doesn't make sense to many other people. That's okay. Right. Welcome back from the ads as well. Sorry, anyone that had ads. Gonna jump into the wild beta. I am... Oh no, it left! It's okay, we'll come back and kill it. Oh. It'll come back, it's okay. We'll probably be able to get an expedition on... a thing on it now. I do plan on playing wild. Wow, that sentence was really tricky to say. I don't know when, though. For the beta, I mean. I do intend to get the game as well, obviously. I've been watching a lot of people play it, though. Have you played the beta yet? I'm assuming you will have done with your time in this game. I have issues trapping them. I do with these ones because I kind of get a bit carried away. And, like, through sheer, like, I want to live, I end up killing them. Well, I started a new save 7 days ago again. In endgame now. It's hard to remember everything. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's Iceborne on top of it, isn't there? So, yeah. But I am still excited for it. I do still enjoy this game. It's very good. Oh, shout outs. I forgot.
Hey, partner.
My goodness, I'm lacking.
Yeah.
Lance mains are buffed in wild. Oh, are they? I've never really used Lance. We used it once when someone, like, put it in the, you know, choose your champion thing. And I was dreadful. Like, it was painful.
I'll let you choke me, Daddy.
I want a good surprise. That's fair. That is fair. At least it's not bagpipes. No, because I can't do bagpipes. I've even sold them. So when choose your champion is selected, bagpipes is not an option because I don't own any. And oh no, there's a glitch and I can't build any either. do 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 do.
Mate, I fucking hate caustic stuff!
Oh dear. I own bagpipes. Don't ask me to play it. I won't, don't worry. Horn Hunter hit, yes! My goodness. You're welcome. Feel free to give any of these lovely individuals a follow. They are, Maxwell does have really good clips, I swear. I swear he does. I'm in some of them. Like, someone gifted me a nice set of bagpipes. There are worse gifts to receive. Bagpipes are good for warding off unwanted visitors in the home. I don't think it's just because if you play them badly, people will leave. But that is definitely one way that it will ward off unwanted visitors in your home. You start playing bagpipes badly, leave. See if your clip will work. Oh, it worked. No, it didn't. What is going on with this thing? It plays like 2 seconds. It's meant to be 20 seconds long. For shame. Try giving it a refresh. I know I did it last time, but you never know. It might play nice. It might play nice. Goomau. What is Goomau? I'll play it outside and piss neighbours off. I used to play violin. Mind you, I've kind of played every instrument to a degree. Oh. The Omen's clip plays fine. A bit loud, but fine.
Double kill. Enemy slain.
My Palico currently has the Halloween special weapon. I'll go to the blacksmith and show ya. Also, do either of you lovely new individuals stream? Should we see? Does Lord Izato stream? Not my fault. It's direct footage recording. That's fair. I don't know. That's fair. I just like to ask because if you do, I like to give you shouties. Just a watcher here. Not a problem. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but make sure I haven't missed anybody that's been like, hello. Ages and I haven't done it. So now, no. That is fair. Well, if you ever get back into it, I will shout you out, sir. Or madam. I'm assuming from the Lord you are a sir, though.
Wow.
And yes, I'm going to assume. Because I'm old, god damn it. And Nev did pop in, didn't he?
No, leave Bob alone! Don't touch Bob! Leave Bob alone.
See? See? It only likes omens. I look like Master Roshi. Not wrong with that, man. Fine. Yeah, could be that. I'll just have to complain to my internet company, be like, excuse me, you are interrupting my shouties by not letting me run the highest resolution possible, bitch. I've just noticed I am so loud in comparison to the game. I don't think the filter on my microphone is working. Oh, good. As long as I'm not actually loud. Okay, shall we? So, the weapon is like a pumpkin. You're a falcon! I have been told that before. Best weapon for Palico with paralysis. To get rid of that's actually quite good. Quite good out. This is for me to say. Job done. He's fast out. Nice. So no shouting now, yeah? So what we currently have, because oh, it's adorable. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. We have, simply because I think it is the cutest set. Look at that, man. It's adorable. So what weapon actually has paralysis? Let's have a look. You could sleep through a rave. Good lad. Ooh, looked at stuff. I always get a bit nervous when Guy looks at stuff. Ooh, should we attack them with the fairy wand? Disco stew. Hits them with a butterfly. I had mine running around in the Rathalos gear. The Rathalos gear is cute. It is really cute. I think you're right. I think it is the lady. Oh, there's that ladybug, but I don't have the. And that one hurts more. So we'll try this. Do the butterfly. How's it gonna look? 'Cause I do plan on getting this. Oh, that's fab. It still works. Butterflies and leaves. It's fine. I do play on a console. Yeah. I've started a couple of games on the computer. Like, I've got Valheim and Palia. I've been playing on the PC. But, it's a sexy box. What? How big is my TV? I've been lied to about size all my life, and you want me to know how big my TV is? I think it's about 55. I said that to the man that delivered my telly, because when it turned up, I was a bit surprised at the size of the box. And he was like, well, did you not know what 55 inches was going to look like? And I was like, said the sentence before my brain kind of went, no, this person doesn't know you. Shut up. Yeah. Sounds so wrong. Yeah, I know, sorry. That will happen on occasion. I do try and control it, though.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I think that look was all over his face, yes. His colleague, I nearly said Kellogg. His colleague in the back of the van fell out of the van because he was laughing so much. I mean, we all know that some people over-exaggerate. Right. What? No, I said I was doing longsword, didn't I? Yes. But I don't want blast because that's pointless. Can I upgrade this to anything helpful? I know I've already got one on. Fire, pretty good. Poison could be interesting. Hang on. Blast's no good. Under promise, overachieve. I like it. Yeah, that's what you should. You should just say, look, take it or leave it. Thankfully, I don't have this problem. Because I'm massive, no. guaranteed the new followers are just going to be like, do you know what? I changed my mind. Bit weird. Well, I've got the Tobii Kadachi Thunder. Sadly, I can't make the process. Water and Thunder, I think I'll go to in low and high range. Well, we're currently using Thunder, so we'll give it a bash. See how it goes. It's still saying search for the Rathian tracks, which is a pain in the arse. We're not going to have anything for it yet, are we? No. Because nobody even asked us about it yet. Fine. Back out in the expedition. Go find it. Try and kill it. Plan. Need aqua sacks. That Gyrotodus, or whatever it's called. They should have some. They just need to wait until you start bashing yourself. I'm trying to be nice and not, like, be mean to myself. Or... Anyway, no, that sentence was going to be absolute bullshit. I've been slaughtering them, but they won't drop. I'm trying to think of where else you can get them from. They're pretty much your best bet, really, until later in the game. You can go to the Melder. The Melder will make some in exchange for things. I got you good the other day on stream. It's a skill. Right, we eat. Oh, that's not a seat. I was like, Panda, you are not. It's a skill. What can I say? You have to practice. It wasn't a phase, Mom.
Yes.
Oh, that's what you meant by sexy box. I was like, what the fuck is a sexy box? Xbox. Goes back to clicking. I can't help you farm it. Oh. It is a shame they don't have crossplay on here, isn't it? They are going to have it on Wilds, though. I'm sure they are. Going to have the option of crossplay. Right, I'm going to get myself some cats. They are a thought. That'll be good. Sucks because other games do. I know. But they are starting to... X-Play on Wild. They are starting to kind of bring it in on some games now. I cannot wait for Baldur's Gate 3 to have it. I know they're stress testing it now, and I am stressed with them testing it. They need to just do it. Do it. Because I need to play Baldur's Gate with everybody. How's the foot thing holding up? It's good. It's good. I use it every single time I stream. It's very helpful. Thank you. I've been swinging my axe and sword, but nope, just swinging. Fair. That's it. If all else fails, you can go to the Melder. The Melder should be able to make it for you. I don't know what you'll have to exchange, though. Ooh, hello. How are you doing? Nice day for it. That's not the Rathian I'm looking for. I'm using the wrong button, that's why. Anything but your pee-pee. Huh? I would play this if this was cross-platform. I know the next one's going to be cross-platform. And I do also have this on PC. I went and got it on PC because Ace kept asking us to. So I now have it on PC. Oh, you'll exchange anything but your PP. Fair. Hey, speak of the devil. Fucking finally. You just mention people and they turn up. Henry Cavill told me something once. You're not Henry Cavill. Go away. Nice doggy. Oh, that's me.
Now check it.
No swearing. Fiddle flump. Oh, I've served that. Oh. Well done. No, hit birdie. Yeah. What do you mean this'll be funny? Well, that was rude. Hi, Sirius. Really? Get on. You deserve that. What's up with people in your chat sometimes? What did they do? He's gonna flip. Oh my god, I stayed on. Ah, but I've got nothing to be slinger. Bollocks. Oh, fiddle. Ah. How is that not allowed? And I'm not little. I will fix that in a second. Okay, come on now, you're being silly. Come on, come on. Stop being dizzy. Boop. Ah. Really? I do hate it when it runs back and forth like that. It's kind of annoying. Huh? You know how the counter with the LS? No. It's like, I'm sorry. You're asking me if I know how to use a weapon? No. When do I ever really know how to fully use a weapon? We block with faith. Auto mod, I will fight you. It's because you said I was little, I'm not little. Perfectly respectable height for a hoot.
You guys are great. Otherwise, I would be alone in this hellhole. Well, I guess I could listen to that. The soothing sounds of bloop, 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 bloop.
I love that one.
And the appealing view of Blood Lake.
The best view. Right, where did it go? Yes, that is acceptable.
Wink.
You cheeky little shit.
I'm just moving towards him.
Go on! Go on! Yeah! Oh my god.
Me.
Oh, another red to my rain, that's 2. And he's dodging it! Dodge him, Alice!
Oh no, I missed it.
red sniper.
Come here. Thank you. I know I swore, so I'll extend the timer. Because I haven't went and got the tequila rose yet, so I can't do a shot. I know. I know. Are you truly surprised? Is that on your Prime list? What? What'd I miss? Whee! I know I should be in for the tail, sorry. Whee! Hold the camera steady, you silly bugger. Uh-oh. Tequila rose. No, no, I just get it from the normal shop. I never thought of buying it through Prime. You are not blunt yet. Behave yourself. God! Oh, missed. Get it, get it, get it! Chop its tail off! Nope, go that way. I prefer World. I know a lot of people that don't. But my first introduction to Monster Hunter was this game. So I've never like played the other ones with the different game styles. Woo. Give me your bloody tail, bugger. What's your power attack on PlayStation? I want R2. Oopsie. I'm sure my character just went, oh boy. Stop with this silly running back and forth, but I can't stand it when it does this. Try R2 and circle. Ooh! Hold, please. Damn. Ooh. Well, that I'm flying. Oh no! Thank you. Go in. Oh, I turn around when I'm doing the attack with that. Oh, that's handy. Whoop-a. Oh, deserve that. No, the kitty cat. What is this? I don't know, but I'm nervous. I need to sharpen my blade. Let me tell you something. Will you just stop? This is why you've got no friends. Ooh. Jump scare myself. Well played. Oh, come on now. Thank you. Haha! Over the tail. I was gonna stab him. Hey Harold! How you doing? Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you and the wife are having a wonderful day. Nope, wrong button. Take a shot every time I say wrong button. You will be absolutely schnozzled by the end of this. I'm conducting a social experiment. Ooh. But now you stay over there like a good little Barry.
Ooh, oh, did you see that? Just right in the side of the head. Oh, and that was it. That was it. We got the camp.
Nice. I feel like I missed something, sorry. Need to time it like crazy if you're going to make the parry. Yeah, I won't be able to do that properly. I liked the movement in Rise, that's about it. What's that? Sorry I initially missed you, Harold. I hope you're having a wonderful day and thank you for popping in. Hi, G. If you have stone in your slinger, you can go on the head and smack it into a rock. That's what I was trying to do before, and then I realised I didn't have bloody ammo in the slinger. Oh, don't mind me, guys. Oh, I'm sorry. There you go. It was trying to help me and I moved. Try R2 and X after initial attack. I will. No worries, I'm still here. Good. How are you? How's everything going? Are they still fighting each other? Yeah, good. Where's the nearest rock? See if it throws into Barry. Oh, I moved. Oh no. Just eating shredded chicken burrito. Ooh, nice. Right. Can we please? Right, try pressing X. Ooh. We got the tail! Woohoo! Ah. Oh, but do you mind? I'm trying to celebrate here. Oh, fine. Have your moment. What is this social experiment, may I ask? Or have you already said and I missed it? Yoink. 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 excuse me. I missed. Got that one. Get down. Ooh. Oh. Oh, well, I missed. Missed then too. You can't attack the rock. You can't attack the rock, I'm telling you. And I pinky swear I'll read you in a minute. Will you just... Oh, this is annoying. You are out me now. You know what? I'm just gonna carve your tail in front of you because you're being a pain in the bum. Annoyed you did it. Darn it. Oh, my shield bearer's gonna die soon. Well, at least I got one punch in his face before he was done. Right. I will catch up now. I'm very sorry. Oh. Hi, Varric! How are you doing? You finished Worlds 2 days ago, ready for Wilds. Nice! How'd you like it? Did you do Iceborne as well? I'm good, thank you. It's nice to see you.
Oh, chat.
Oh, Fiddle, I haven't put the gun away. Huge monster hunter. I understand.
Just gonna put that down.
Oh, come on, that's not all the scales. You're just picking on us now. Oh, it's not there. I'm looking forward to progressing into Iceborne from this. Like, I like all the monsters, but I think me favourites are in, like, Iceborne. I've played all except for, like, 2. Ooh, very nice. I am looking forward to Wilds. I've got, like, 1 bomb pod. Okay. See how this goes. Maybe at least I might be able to smack him into something now. If you... Thank you. Never mind. Scratch that. Turn around. Turn around. Oh, that worked. This weapon is not blood. Behave yourself. Nice. You play this on your own or you have friends help? On my own at the minute. I do have it on PC, so I will be able to play it with other people. And I have played it on this with other people before. That was nice, right? Never done that before. Woo! Excuse me. No, it's not going to happen again, so remember that. I was cool. Turn around. Yep. Yep. it's finally got paralysis. Fucking hey. No, wrong way. Hey. I'm leaving the office in 5 to head home. Free for the weekend, so I'll hop back and chat once I'm home. Thank you very much. I appreciate you and be safe on your way home. Please. But thank you. Oh, will you just get down? Thank you. Gosh. Thank you for the lurk. Back to clicking and looking. So what is this experiment, or am I not allowed to know? Am I part of the experiment? Oh, is that a limb? No. Damn. Well, that rather snazzy jazzy move that I have just learned was courtesy of Mirage. Yeah, you get to scroll up. Oh, okay. Right, you stop screaming at me. I didn't need to do that. What's going all the way back up there for? Where are you wanting us to go? This way. Okay. Oh, it left! Gosh darn it. It's the one thing I don't like about expeditions. They can leave. But I need to find these footprints so we can't carry on with the story. Should I try the other place? They should have respawned there by now. They should have respawned here by now. Fingers crossed. And this goes here and that goes there. Right, let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Oh! Letting people request their death metal songs and then playing Oh Wonderwall. Oh! You mean lady. I forgot about this part where you don't get any further in the story until... Sorry, I've just got to put that down. Until you have requested? Until you have found all these prints, but it takes a couple of days to actually find them. I forgot about that bit. Oh, there goes me Duolingo's whinging errors. You haven't practiced your Irish today. Did you see that they posted that the bird in Duolingo had died? And that, I quote, he probably died because you took too long to get to your lesson. I was like, oh my goodness. Even in the news. Yeah. Wrong button again. If you go to the training area, you can get some more combos. That is true. Do you know what it is? I never bothered going to a training area. Which shows a lot. How do you spell that? Do you mean whinging? I'm not 100% sure, actually. I would have to check Google. Ooh, excuse me. So yeah, training areas are very beneficial. I clearly have never set foot in one because I'm just like, Leroy. Oh, oh, oh. That's not what we wanted, but there is a Beetlejuice. Okay, there's no need to look off into the distance like that. Just think. Da-da-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Let's see. Nope, don't want you. I want question mark footprints or question mark Rathian somethings. Be nice. Let me have them. Nope. Oh no, I broke the seal. Whew, now I'm gonna be yawning. I apologise. Where are you? Ooh. I still think the sniffing's weird. I understand why they do it. Still weird. I've heard there's a new Digimon game coming out. Anybody know anything about that one? I know Mr. Maxwell was talking about it yesterday, but then we got distracted. One weapon combo to fill it. What would that one be? I know they pop up in the top corner. So if I actually paid attention, I could potentially do more than just like swing, swing, lunge. Any at all? No. I just want some Rathian stuff so I can continue with this story. I'm not dramatic at all, mind. Nope. I only know it on PC. That's fair. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I guess it pops up in the top corner. Yes, I know there's going to be Rathian footprints. There's a Rathian. Hello. Hey, that's not fair. Nope. Oh no! Why did you trigger the frog? Stupid. I'm watching Ghost Adventures with one eye on you. Thanks. Oh, there it is. Ah! You come back here. Oh. Deserved. Stab! Bloody bombs. Shoot it then. Oh god. Well, I didn't. Oh. Maybe this is a bit too much of an enclosed area. Oh no! I was trying to find that bit of stuff that got dropped. This will do. Good. So he's a bit trickier to climb. Okay.
I love you, random citizen. I love you, random citizen.
What did you? What? Thank you. Ah. Thank you, anonymous person. I appreciate you greatly. Stop it. Oh, it's mad. It's even madder now. Yeah! Get this here! Get it! Get it! Chop it off! Go on! Chop it! Chop it off! Doesn't matter if it's green. Chop it off! What a fun button. You and your buttons, sir. Thank you very much. It will be my streaming cup. It is adorable though, isn't it? Ooh! Uh-oh. Ooh. Oh no! Ah! Where is it going? Ooh! Good. I missed getting there. Almost. Oh. Do you mind? I'm busy. It doesn't mind. Need to make some snacks. Ooh, what snacks you gonna have? Oh god, oh god. Ah. This is fun for you. No, it isn't. Shoot it, shoot it. Oh gosh, darn it. Right. Get these. I don't have time for you. Did you not see the big bomb dropper? You can leave. Run away. Just give me 2 seconds. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where the hell has it gone? Oh. Oh no! Pete! Right, go out here, because I need to find that one. Has it left? It hasn't. Oh no. I was gonna say. Gonna fry me some chicken drumsticks. Ooh! Nice. I'm not jealous at all. Right, so sorry, where was that? Oh. Okay. Excuse me, coming through. Thank you. Yoink. This way. I told you, I don't have time for you. Look, it's not you, it's me, okay? There we are. Bollocks! I nearly shot it. Think I made it mad. Woo! Tail. Go for the tail. Where you going? Go for the tail. Oh, that would have been so cool. Damn it. Oh god. Here we go. Well, excuse you. Righty. No. Come on. Thank you. Really? You missed. Stop missing. Roll, roll. Dip, dive, dodge. Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh, understandable. Oh, I was gonna poison you. Why did you move? That's just mean. I mean, yeah. Oh, no, I mean, oh my goodness, really? My bad. Pete, move out the way of the bombs, dear. Yeah, that. See? See? Bloody Pete. You know what I mean? What are you doing? You had to dodge. Clearly, Pete has not seen Dodgeball. My fault. I'm a bad owner. There are ads starting in 1 minute, guys, just so you know. And ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh no, if he stayed there, if I drop the rock on him. Damn. Whoop-a. Hey, do you want to play over here? Yeah! Take that, you piece of shit! And then one of these, and then some of that. I deserve that. Uh-oh. Oh no, don't faint, don't faint! No, 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 no. I just reminded myself of a story in there. No, 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 no. Oh. Right, there is an ad starting. I apologize, I can't really pause. Just know that I will probably die. Did it sleep? Oh. I was like, what the hell? Chop his tail off! Oh, not like that. Ooh! You finished? Ooh! Yoink! I think it's mad. Oh. I think I pissed it off. Oh, for God. Will you go away? Woo! Uh-oh. Jesus. Sharpen. Run. Ugh. Run more, run more. God damn. Stop blowing yourself up for 2 sodden seconds. Righty. I feel like this is like a personification of teenage rage. No, you missed. You missed. Okay. Oh. So there's apparently some material somewhere. Anyway, no. Where are you? I'm not leaving without this material. Apparently, yes, I am. Because I can't find it. Is it over here somewhere? Okay, fine. I'll leave without it, because I can guarantee that the beetle thing will leave if I don't. Ooh, fried chicken. The doodles will have to wait, I'm afraid. Hi. Take that. Shit. Ooh. I mean, we're not on fire, so that's a start. Oh no. Ah! Oh, shite. Stop it! Are you gonna blow up now? Yep, see? Told you. What are you doing? Yes! We got its tail! Now it's gonna be really fucking pissed off. See? It's really pissed off! Ooh. Let me tell you something. Are you coming? Oh, now you turn up. Kinda deserve. Oh no! No, Bob, keep him up there. What are you doing? Oh, can't get the pallet boards these days. Stabby! Swing, swing! Fall over. Ow. Well, serves you right. I wasn't expecting that to hit. Oh god. Ooh. I'm out of healing potions. Oh no. Ooh. Thank you. Oh, you better not. No, not what I wanted. Put it away. We got its tail! I would play this way too much. I'll get it for this weekend. Ooh, yeah! It is good. It is good. And you get so many different weapons as well. Like, normally, I use either the dual blade, which is basically like, you know, you dual wielding daggers. But mine look like chainsaws. Or a light bowgun, because I like the fact that you can dive out the way quicker. But you get much better bullet options with a heavy gun. Use heavy bow, yeah. You do get much better options.
We found enough of that mystery evidence. Let's report back to the ecological research team.
Oh, now we found enough? Now we found enough. She makes me so mad. It won't leave soon. It can't leave soon. I've took its tail. I need to get the rest of it. Only fair. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, thank you. That was very nice of you not killing me with that. Appreciate it greatly. Oh dear. How about we talk it out, huh? No? Nope, missed. Oh gosh darn it. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, it was just out the way. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, behave yourself. I've got a dry throat and no time to take a drink because this will leave. Oh. Come on, come on. Oh, just missed it. That would have been really good. Really? Come on. I mean, I'm not hitting what I want to hit, but I was hitting something. Uh-oh. Deserve that. Oh no! Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Thank you! Bollocks. Don't you dare. I mean, at least we got its tail. And we found the rest of the scales. So if it does leave, at least there's that. Sharp when your shit's busted up. Thank you. Oh, right now I've got a chance. Sorry for coughing at you. Oh. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Come on, you've not vanished yet. Where are you? Ah, down there. Okay, where are we? Right. Run, 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 run. Do I have any form of healing? Nope. Good. Let's go. I'll grab some herbs on the way, hopefully. Of course, now is the time we will not pass a single herb. Oh, there's one.
Hello, room service.
You piece of... It's gonna leave now, and it... Oh! Okay, that was my fault. Woohoo! Whee! That's not what I want. Oh, it's gone. But we now have everything that... No, that's not what I want. We now have everything that we need so we can progress with the story, and hopefully, because I got its tail, we can see what stuff we can make. Yay! Got its tail. Yo, shit is busted. Do 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 do. Thank you again for my gift. You are too kind.
Ready to visit Ecological Research, partner?
Oh, optional. I was like, Zora's reappeared. Excuse me. One of each, so I can get some goodies and sell and get some monies. Sell from item box. It gets better as we get higher leveled. Where's the pig? Where is my piggy? It has abandoned us. Woman, you know how you need aqua sacks. About that. So that's for a camp. That's good priority. What's this for? Harvest. Hey Pan, how are you? Nice to see you. Oof. Oof. Sup, bro? Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Yes.
Oh, shit.
Oh no. What happened? Did you die? You're very welcome. The monster hunting's going quite well. getting the hang of some of the weapons that I don't normally use. I'm going to go through my VOD later and get that initial shot that I got in Wild Spire Waste. Because that was cool. It's for the harvester stuff so you can grow plants, honey, bugs and shrooms. Oh, is it so I get the 2 slots now instead of the 1? Very handy.
To be heroes.
Indeed. Special investigation, under investigation. Oh no. Oh, so you can track them in Coral and Rotten. I knew that. Speak to the commander. Hello. If anyone actually wants those reading, you'll have to let me know. Because I just skip. I think I remember you had other saves, right? I swear that rattles around my memory. I did. I've got, like, completed both this and Iceborne saves on the PlayStation. Well, their version of, like, Cloud. I haven't got them on here. But yes, I have done all of this. Quite a few hours, but it was quite a long time ago as well. A good few years, so it's all kind of rusty. But we're getting there. It's good. It's going good.
Over here.
Sign up
There
for the
you
quest,
go.
partner. It's time to hunt the
We
monster
finally
that blocked
have a
that
new
trail.
quest. What weapon have you landed on? We're currently using the longsword or the katana. This one is a thunder one made out of a Tobi-Kadachi. Or a static weasel. A thunder weasel, whatever you prefer. Right, let's have a look. Priorities first. Palico gear. Ready. Rawr. Thunder blast them dinosaurs, baby! Exactly! It's adorable. That's a blast weapon, obviously. And it has high defense now, current armor. But it doesn't have the Disco Stew vibes. What armor can we get? Right. Oh, so we've got Rathian Beta. Are you hyped for Wilds? I am. I am quite excited. I intend on getting it. Oh! Rathian Alpha. So that's like the shorter, cutesy version, I think, because that one's a bit intense. Comes with its own hair, though. So there's that. Oh, did we not get enough to show you armor for us? That's sad. It's fine. We'll deal with it. It's okay. Can we increase the weapon? If you do wish to see us use another weapon, we do have Choose Your Champion in the Redeem section. The only weapon I do not have is bagpipes because I cannot use Hunt and Horn to save my life. I'm not very good with Lance either. Do I even have Lance still? Yes, I've still got a Lance. Why are you there? Bear with me. Item box is a mess. I won't be cruel, just get after it. Lance or blocks? Poke, block. I know. I tried. What was it we tried killing it with? I'm just not very good at it. I can't remember what we were fighting. It was something early on. It may have actually been a Rathian when you first have to hunt a Rathian. We used Lance and oh, it was painful. For everybody involved, it was just painful. You shouldn't be there. This is a mess. Oh, I didn't go through and change this one. That's why. It's taking such a lot. It does. Like, we timed out. I did clean this one. I know what I mean. It's fine. If you have the right skill on the armor, it goes fast. Oh, does it? Do you like the sword and shield? I enjoyed that. I don't mind the sword and shield. It's pretty good. I do prefer speed weapons. That's just like me personally. So, dual blades was my thing, like bow gun. But I am open to trying any weapons that anyone would like us to have a try at. Except Mark Pipes and the other one. I'm gonna put that up there. Dual blades go brrr. Yes, they do. And my dual blades are chainsaws. Because we haven't updated any other ones yet. Right, that's a bit better. Still kind of bugs us, but it's better. Right. Oof, excuse me. I couldn't handle how that looked.
What's something making?
So yes, can we upgrade this? Not unless I hunt more Toby Kadachi or we go Hornitar, but Hornitar you don't... Well, it eventually turns into a paralysis. So we can either keep it Thunder or look into a paralysis style. Well, this one. Oh, this one I'd rather go to Rathian with. Where are we? Yeah, that one. Because that would be good. And the Defender. We need a commendation to up with the next level. Right now, I'm going Heavy Bowgun and Charge Blade. I eventually figured out how to charge a Charge Blade. Eventually. Do you know what? Should we try the gun? Because I don't think I've actually used the gun yet. Like on stream, I mean. So... a restock. Review there. Oh no, I needed that. Oh no! Right, you stay there. Yeah. Hard shell powder. Webs. Do 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 do. Need to craft some stuff. When I go offline, I'm gonna have to go on an expedition and collect some shit, because we need some shit. Oh, we do have some. How did I not see that? I was just going to have 15, but I pressed the button too many times. That will probably be helpful. Never use energy drinks, even though they are helpful. Oh, right. I'm going to go light bowgun. Two weapons that can best are Kinsect Blade and Hunting Horn. Oh, I can it with a Hunting Horn. Anyone that can, hats off to you. Like, you have skills I will never possess. Because I can't do it. I only had the one light bowgun, didn't I? Hang on a minute. Make one.
Your gear holding up?
Fine, thank you. Right, so got that one. I have to admit, I didn't like the Hunt Horn either. No. I think if you're part of, like, a group, it'll probably be fine. But when you're soloing it, it's just... I cannot for the life of us get it to work. Without getting absolutely kicked to crap. Godspeed. Right, we've got a Dragonborn. Defender's 169. We'll go Defender. Bugger it, it's fine. Right. Yes. And upgrade. Oh, you're gonna get moved because I just tidied up. Oh. So what we can do for the bowgun, obviously you don't really get like elemental damage with a bowgun, but they look cool. Like Rathalos one. Looks like that. Not too shabby. I'm googling Kinsect Blade. So the Kinsect Blade's like a glaive, and you get a bug to go with it. You can, and I'll show you. You can increase your bug. I know it's not just a bug, but the Kinsect. So we currently have 2 Kinsects. That is a Thunder and Paralysis Dust effect. And that is Paralysis Dust effect and Ice. So you can shoot them towards a monster. They can attack for you in a way. They don't do any major damage. But they can try and, you know, the Paralysis Dust. You can get ones that heal. So when you use their attack, or when you use the command to make them emit the dust, it'll do like a healing cloak? Healing cloud for you. The aerodynamics that you get with an insect glaive are insane. Like, if you want to try and mount monsters so you can kick the crap out of them from like on the back where they can't get you, insect glaive, 100%. You are pirouetting around that arena or area that you are in like Billy Elliot on meth. You are just gone. It is intense. It is insane. I used that weapon for a little bit. It was pretty good. I can't remember how to use it now. It's been a while. Right, what bullets? What bullets can I use for this? So we have Pierce. There's an easier way of doing that. Normal 2. It's not that one. Ah! No! Damn! I feel like they balance them all pretty well. I had fun with everything I tried. Oh yeah! For the most part. 100%. Right, can't use Wyvern. I can't use sticky ammo. Ah. Clearly need to get a different gun. Can't use sticky ammo? Goodness. Can't use slicing ammo. I'm getting a different gun. My 2 favourite bullets to use are sticky ammo and slicing ammo, and you tell me I can't use them with this gun? Gosh golly. Not happening. Oh, itchy. Right. Problem is, like, hang on. Haha. That's where it tells you. Oh, I can use level 2 sticky ammo with it. No slicing. I mean, level 2 sticky ammo is quite handy. Alright, so I can use with those. Can use slicing. Can use trank. Can use trank. And flaming. Ooh. Okay, well, I suppose if I can use some sticky ammo, it's better than nothing. The heavy bowgun I'm using now, I don't shoot with it. I only jump on the monsters and blast them. Ooh, very nice. Right, let's have a look. Trank ammo. Well, we've got tranks on us, so can't use that. Already got that. Right, can't, but we can use this. So how many have I made there? 6. Blast off! Burp, burp, burp. I'll make more sticky ammo time. No cluster. We can do flaming. No water, no thunder, no freeze. Dragon. Poison. I have a free data game, so I'm gonna do Warframe for a bit. Ooh, nice. I'll be in the shadows. Thank you. I appreciate you. We can use poison too. Oh, we can do paralysis. And we can use paralysis too. I'm not worried about sleep. Exhaust is canny. I'm gonna take some of that, yeah. Oh, oh. I didn't think it'd make 2 at a time. Okay. Can't use wyvern ammo. Right. So we've made some ammo. Not what I wanted to do. I think spread ammo is a bit useless, to be honest, but if I run out, no, because I won't even use it when I run out of ammo, so it's pointless. Right, sticky, wyvern, sticky 1, flame. Nope. Yep. Look at us, man, stocked up. Okay. So there's us ammoed up. Excuse me. Let's go. Oh yeah, forgot about that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Right. What options do we have? So this is where you mod your gun out. Oh. So, you can have a recoil suppressor. Reload assist. I normally have reload assist on, just to try and speed things up. That doesn't seem to increase things too much though, does it? Deviation suppressor, close range, range attack up, shield we can't have, special we can't have, evading. Oh, an evading reload, sorry. So that reloads ammo while performing an evasive slide. Equipping 2 or more increases the amount reloaded. Wyvern Blast mod. On the light bow gun, you get the Wyvern Blast. You shoot it into the floor, and anytime the monster hits it or you shoot at it, it does some damage. Power barrel or long barrel? We can't do shield on this gun. I do normally do the reload, so I'll at least have that, but we can't have shield for this weapon. That's heavy only. Or is that what you mean you use? You use reload and shield? evading ammo could be quite handy. Like evade and reload. Because I do try and dodge as much as I can. I can't guard. I guard with my face, but I'll try and dodge. Right. Let's see how this goes, shall we? Yeah, light. Like, heavy does more damage. Obviously, it's heavy. But I don't know, I function better when I feel like I can actually move. Like, big, heavy, clunky weapons, as much as they can do some serious damage, I die quicker because I can't move and I'm crap at blocking. I've used the heavy gun before, though. The like machine gun style attack it had, I can't remember which gun it was, but whoo, that did some damage. Apologies, something popped up on the laptop. You made it light into a machine gun.
All right.
It has been a while, I can't remember. Quest has been... Oh, stupid.
Nothing can
Just
stop
realised
us.
what I did. That was planned. That was totally planned. This is where I want it to go. Nope, not with points. I love this cat so much. And yes, I will say it every time. Every time. Because I love this cat so much. Woohoo! I like to think the cat catches that in time and doesn't just take a lid to the head. Ooh. Ouch. You know, in Japan, they have a restaurant that makes food from Monster Hunter. Ooh. That would be cool. They have such cool stuff over there.
A Rathian? No, wait.
It's pink. No, Peter Bob. You made me drop my cat. I'll shoot you in the face. Not that ammo, I'm not.
You okay there, partner?
Start with this one.
I'm alright.
The light bow is a lightweight ranged weapon that's great for quick attacks and maneuverability.
That's a subspecies of Rathian. Really strange because there hasn't been any reports of
Okay.
them in the New World before.
Serve that. Move. Motherfucker, move. Well, that was rude. Where are you? You need to heal. Only option I've got. There you go. Have some. I need more bloody stamina. Right, what am I gonna go for? I'll do sticky ammo 2 first. Because why not? Take time. Ooh, don't take your time that much. Oh, great. Okay, got missed, didn't it? Stop missing! I'm not sure who that one hit. Woo! Oops, sorry. My bad. Whoopa! Not what I wanted to do. Can you have a fight without me being underneath, please? That would be great. Ah! Reload speed's a pain in the arse. Whoop. Not me. Excuse me. Lady, I'm trying to help you. Stop it. Thought we were on the same team. Damn it. Take Rathian material. Ooh! Take Yana material. We came back yet? Nope, still the Legiana. Okay. Well, while it kicks up a fuss, you've gone that way. Yes, yes, I know you want to beat me up. I ain't got time for you. Whee! Now, we don't need to mention how terrible of a shot I am. I know my aiming leaves much to be... Oh, no, there's a danger lamp. Oh, well, there was a danger lamp until we shot it. Will you go away? My goodness. So popular. Oh, there we go. Danger lamp strikes again. Did I not pick up any nullberries? Really? No nullberries? That just seems silly. Alright, anyway. Motherfucker. You better go away. Sit down. Now, if you would not mind. stick. Oh, really? At least I healed Bob. Wah! Did I get the tail? Nope. Climb? No? No climb? Okay. Oh gosh, darn it. I mean, I'll get there. Nice, these bullets. Right, down this way. Whee! Oh, danger lamp! Oh, that was helpful. Wrong direction. That was a bit better. No, it wasn't. Oh! Ah! Yeah, take that. Ouch. Whoop. Oh, fiddle. Oh, I missed. No. Thank you, because I couldn't pop that. Deserve that, yep. Pete! You killed Pete! You bitch! The one thing I hate about Rathian's that run. What else have I got? Do 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 do. Starting to hurt my eyes. And I don't have my blue light glasses at hand. How do you like being poisoned? How nice is it? Poison, yeah. No. Yes, right. They also have a bar where you pay women to kick your ass. That does not surprise me in the slightest. Ha! See that? Woo-hoo-hoo! The tail. Ooh, weapon change. Yeah. Ah. Woo! Whoa! Jesus! Look, let's talk. Whoop! Yeah! Whoop. What about you? I get hit less. Nope, not what I wanted. Wah. You stop? Crikey. You are mean with the light bowgun. Thanks. I try. I know my aim's not brill, but we'll get there. Woo! Give me the tail. Give me the tail. God damn it. Right, it dropped a bit of material somewhere. Did I already pick it up? I don't remember picking it up. I don't think I picked it up. Thanks, guys. Oh, no. Don't let that take away from what we were just saying. Praises. Right, where you going? Where did you go? Meow. Once it gets a skull on it, I'd try and capture it. Preferably. Excuse me, coming through. Where the bloody hell's it gone? I didn't see a thing. Darn tootin'. Oh. Why can't I put a trap down? That's just rude. So be it. Sauce pet. All you gotta do is give us your tail, and it'll all be over. Just saying. Yeah! I have a light bow gun. Ooh, that was unfortunate. That was unfortunate. I can understand why that might make you mad. Don't be killing my cat now. That Palico's done nothing wrong. He's a good boy. Oh, that missed. Oh no, there's an ad starting in like 30 seconds. Oh. You killed Bob! You bitch! It's like twice it's killed Bob. Poor Bob. I know his name's Pete, but I just keep remembering Bob. Ooh. That was rude. That's what you get. Hey. Give me the tail. Did it! I didn't see the whole like it's dying thing.
You can do it!
Thanks. Oh no, I did it just as the ad kicked in. To anyone in the ads, you can't hear me right now, but I'm sorry. Woo! Thank you. Right, should we see what we can try and find in 30 seconds? Poor Pete got knocked the hell out a lot, but you know, he's a good cat, he'll be fine. Ooh. Use the heavy bow. I would like to see it. Okay. Like the heavy gun or the actual bow? Woohoo! Ooh, we've got a steadfast jewel, a decoration that enhances the stun resistance skill. Definitely need that. Heavy gun. Not a problem. Ooh, we can upgrade armor. Should we see what the pink Rathian gives us? I think it's essentially the same as the green Rathian, just pink. But you never know. They might have spiced it up a bit. They might adjust it. Try and make it a bit more like, you know. Ooh. Oh, getting a real headache. I know I used the in-ear headphones yesterday. Well, they're not in-ear headphones, they're like little ones that sit over your ears. So I didn't have these on. Because these are fine normally when I'm gaming. Because I'd like move them about and stuff. But when I'm streaming, I don't know why they give us a headache. But I went and used them this morning and forgot to charge them, so they're currently sitting in front of us and
Never
mocking
thought
us.
we'd find her in the Coral Highlands.
It takes a small combination of miracles for a subspecies to emerge. At least that's what the scholars said.
All the same, she's in remarkable condition.
I mean, I shot her in the face a lot. I don't think she's in really remarkable condition. Her tail's still attached.
She must have grown somewhere rich in
I tried.
nutrients. I might know where that is.
Admiral!
At last, he returns.
The old
I've been
spiky
enjoying
head
watching
man.
your exploits. Fine work, I must say. Well done.
Would it have killed you to help instead of just watching?
What for?
A
You seem to
Super
have it
Saiyan
covered.
that they have to have. One giant bloke
Here,
with spiky
I brought you
hair.
some souvenirs.
They have to. I feel like it's a law. Ooh, shiny rocks. Like shiny rocks. I have my own collection of shiny rocks.
Interesting.
I'm sure that surprises
Where'd you get 'em?
nobody.
You know where you drove off, Big Ugly? Well, there's a spot further in there. And it's just loaded with these things.
They're incredible.
They are pretty.
It's like there's this energy pulsing inside them.
Wasn't just me then. Ha! I'll wager they tie into this whole thing we've been studying somehow. Well, I intend to find out how. Raise your hand or paw if you're with me. Any of these jaggy brains up for a challenge?
These two.
Wait, what?
Okay, you two. See you on site. I'll be at the tunnel.
It's just a cat wearing the disco
Don't
ball
you
like,
keep me
what?
I hate waiting.
Calm down, Riley. Yeah. You tell him.
Have fun.
Say Hakuna your tatas. Gosh darn it.
All right, partner.
Okay.
Time for
So-
an expedition into the Everstream.
Lovely.
The
Okay.
Admiral
Oh,
said
Tail
don't be
Raider
late.
Safari's back. Nice. Nice. Research. Surely we've got one of them. Someone tried to send me Tata pics. Oh, well. 'Tis Valentine's after all. Ooh, points. Okay, so registered bounty. Oh, we've done a few. Okay. 180, 120, 120, 100, 100, 180. So 180, 180. What was the other one? 120. Sips coffee. Slay an Elder Dragon. Ooh, we're about to unlock Elder Dragons. No, didn't want you. Want you. Ancient, but fresh. I feel like I should get that on a t-shirt and give it to, like, older people I know. Ancient, but fresh. Wow, your face is like... I don't know what it did on your screens, but on my screen when I was walking past it just blurred so much. It looked like she was like Slender Man style. It was kind of creepy. Laid back botanist. With teeth like a baby shark.
Hurry back
Want to
now.
make the harvest box bigger. Ah, right, yes. Good. Do that. Keep forgetting I can't jump. Hello. I just saw the pig. The best with this game are all the really good cutscenes.
New products in stock.
I will have to admit, I am terrible when it comes to cutscenes. 9 times out of 10, if they're skippable, I'll skip them. So if you do want to watch a cutscene, tell me, because I skip them. I'm bad for it. I have a Final Fantasy XIV story that will prove just how bad I am. Pick it up. And find me some goodies. Blanket. No, this isn't the big gun yet. I'm gonna go make it. I'm playing new save game. That is true. But yeah, I skip them all the time. Thanks, Blanket. I can't wait to get outfits for that thing. Can't wait. No, don't need to talk to anybody there. Tail Raider Safari is back though, so let's go get some stuff from that. You can see the pets. You know how I said you could keep pets when you catch them in your net? So we have Wigglers. They're a bit shy. We have a golden bug of some sort. Because you have to have them. Cacti. Lizards up there. When you get your big room, you get a lot more. It's so cool when you look at the monster for the first time. I agree. I agree. That one I think is cool. Fishies? Right, but Tail Raider. In Iceborne, you get an absolutely massive room. Nomad! Hello, how are you? Right, we need to set some off. Deploy. Oh, they're probably best. Okay, so. Well, and yourself. I'm not too bad, thank you very much. It's nice to see you. Have you had much going on recently? Got any plans for your weekend? Are none of them going after big monsters? Let's have a think then. Oh, well, Puke. Coral Mid. What are all the mushrooms? Oh, yeah, mushrooms. True, Kelby horns are quite handy. Head to Everstream. So right, we've set them off. That's all the bedroom that you've got for the minute. But the one you get in Iceborne is insane. Insane. And you can have so many pets. Lazy weekend. I like it. How are you rating the game? I really like this game. Oh, there's been a devil horse sighting. I call that the danger pickle. You'll understand why when you see it. Danger pickle. I've already spoken to the Melda lady and it sounds weird in my ears. But I really like this game. Yes, I know you can make decorations. That sounds horrible. Whew. It was going to be a yawn and I was like, nope. No yawning. Right. Heavy gun. Heavy gun, heavy gun, heavy gun. I know we've got the basic heavy gun, which is... Where are you? There. We can use slicing with it. Poison, recovery, sticky. And sticky level 2. Ooh, normal 3 as well. Let's have a look. The Great Pickle. Can you understand why it's called a danger pickle? Right, so that's not the one we've got. That's the one we've got. That one's very sniperish. Don't use spread ammo with it. Fine with me. Can use slicing. I don't know why it's red on those, but okay. Oh, we can use exhaust ammo. Demon armor trank. All three of those. All three of those. That should be good. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, snazzy. Ooh. I may go for the bone one, actually. I didn't like spread ammo, though. But you get a good mix there. Yeah, I'm gonna do bone. Doing it. Iron Assault, good piercing on it. It did. It did. Gonna try bone though, I like the variety. because I've got an iron. And I know you can get the 3 on the pierce and you only get 1 on there. But... Oh, you do get a 2 sticky as well. I technically have an iron one, so I could upgrade the iron. Let's have a look. Calm down. Water element. Assault, you got level 3. Do we want to go down one of these though? On Pearson. Oh yeah. Jagras one. Because then that's going to go down whatever this is, and that could prove fun. Just keep it like this for the new. Oh, that made a noise. Oh, Christ, how about that fucking increase this? I've been collecting, evidently. Woohoo! Not enough for that one, though. Okay, so it's the one we've got. It's what we've got equip. Customize. So we definitely want reload assist. Shield. And, right, let's see. Suppressor of recoil suppressor. Deviation suppressor. Range attack. We've got a shield. Special scope enables even deadlier critical ranged attacks. Chances of me being at a range, slim. Enhance piercing damage and boost stun and exhaust effect. Oh. Only one barrel type can be equipped. Enhances the ammo speed, extending the maximum and critical range. Enhances piercing might be good. But then again, recoil suppressor. Try this one for now because I can change it if the recoil's a bit much. And now we need to redo our bullets. 2 seconds. Oh, I can customize bowgun in here. Woo! Suppress times 2. You can even do that. I wouldn't necessarily need to suppress times 2 because suppressing times 1. Oh, recoil suppress. Bloody hell. Would I want that over shield? I'll swap out shield for that. We'll see how we do with the 1. We may do 2. We shall see. Right, use them. So hang on. Quick restock. That can go. That can go. They can stay. Right, you go. You go, you go. Poison 1. Pearson. Yep. Don't like spread ammo. Sticky ammo 2. Wyvern ammo. Good. Sticky ammo 1. Slicing ammo. I do like slicing ammo. Cluster bombs. And what can we craft for this that I haven't already got? No normal 3, so we can make some normal 3. Not too much. Hang on. We can use PS3. Okay. Sticky 2 I've already done. Sticky 3 can't have. Cluster Bomb 1, yeah. Slicing. Flame, no. Water, no. Thunder. Poison 1. Exhaust. Recovery, I've got. Wyvern, yeah. Okay, so... put some more in. Right. And now we're gonna head to the Everstream. Oh, I remember what you get here. I like this one. I say I like this one. Kicks the crap out of us, but I like this one. Oh! Jelly bottle. Isn't it cute? It's a panda and it says hi. Just thought I'd share. I'm a grown up. Chop. Do, 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 do. I'll probably do this hunt and then we'll find someone to raid because we're reaching the 3-hour marker and my eye is going blurry.
Ha! You made it. On time, too. I like that.
Hey, isn't that... That's where we
Don't
let
get used to it,
Zora
I'm never on
Magdaros
time.
out to sea.
Exactly.
Ever.
Come on, follow me. Wait, I never introduced myself, did I?
No.
I'm the
Rude.
Admiral, the Commission's top dog. Of course, I leave the day-to-day stuff to the Commander. I'm not much for being tied down, see? Anyway, I was chasing down this monster when I stumbled upon this place I'm about to show you.
What monster?
Did I not put normal one in
Nergigante.
there?
After Zora Magdaros vanished into
We'll
the
catch
sea,
up.
Nergigante disappeared too. So I decided to track it down. And this is where it led me. A gap in the earth that was probably wrenched open by Zora.
Did you find Nergigante?
I expect to. And not far ahead. Yeah.
Right. Does that make more sense now? No. Great. Awesome. Wait for me, please.
Whoa. This place is amazing. Look at the streams.
Oh, I can't even use the net yet? That's just rude. Oh, sorry. I'm getting running through. So we have lava.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm. Wait. Everybody calm down.
You can feel
Hello,
in your bones,
everybody.
right?
How are you
Something
doing?
is astir.
Thank you for the raid, Mr. Maxwell. How was your
Because the
stream?
Everstream is just pulsing with incredible amounts of energy.
I saw you
Those
kicking
crazy,
some ass.
tough monsters you tangled with,
Mr. Bartwell
they
raid,
must have come
hello.
from deeper within.
Why? What's here?
We're trying out the heavy ball gun.
You'll see. Zora riled something up when it visited the New World. Something that runs deep.
Maxwell
Got us to come to the
raid.
New World.
Welcome
Nergigante,
in.
too.
How are you? I saw you kicking some ass in stream there. Oh, we need to make cool drinks, don't we? This is where we're starting to make
Well,
cool drinks.
now we'll find out what we're dealing with.
Ow.
Get ready. Things are about to move.
You're just
real
in
fast.
time. We've just
sir.
entered the Everstream. I did kick ass. You did. I saw. So we're in the new the shiny crystally place. We've got the heavy bow gun. The game is going well, thank you. Did stream
We're
go
almost
good?
there.
Stream looked like it went good. Oh,
Come on.
excuse me. Where you saying come on? and I'm like, nobody else is moving but me. It was good. Did some more story. Awesome. It's very pretty.
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
Pretty snazzy, yes. Elder's Recess, that's what it was called. I couldn't remember what it was called. No problem. Thank you for the lurk and thank you for the raid. If anyone needs to do a raid and run or look after yourself after raid, by all means, you do that.
There's
sure
so
you
many
okay.
of these crystals in here, you're likely to trip on them.
I'll take them.
Some of them are huge. How
I'll
do
still
they
take 'em.
form?
Shiny rocks.
Beats the
Love
heck
shiny
out
rocks.
of me, but I'll tell you what. This place is sizzling with bioenergy. And that means the monsters around here are tougher than Nova crystals.
Admiral,
I'm assuming that's pretty
there's
tough.
something that's been bothering me.
Which is?
Why was Zora Magdaros tunneling in here instead of simply dying in the Vale? Was something here luring it in?
Who knows, kid? But we do have one clue. Nergigante.
Bella.
You're right. Nergigante and Zora
Sorry.
Magdaros. We've always seen them together. It must have had its own reason for coming.
No.
And not just him either.
Go there.
Fact is, loads of powerful monsters have holed themselves up in here.
Up.
We need to track them one by one.
Get up.
And maybe we might just find a pattern.
Right.
Of course I'm right. Now get ready.
Of course I'm right.
You ready?
No. Hey, get down. Get down off the chair, please. Thank you. Okay. Find monsters. Nergigante tracks. Okay.
It all makes sense now. Get those legs moving. You've got monster hunting to do.
Bella, no. Go up here. You can't go under there. Get up. Get up. Get up. I should be in the bum. Right, lie down. Lie down. She wants us to clean our ears. You'll have to wait a minute. And then we'll do it. Okay, pay with money. We'll do a little exploring. Someone was hungry. Right. And then off we go. Equip. Yoink. Bombeel. Nice. Oh, no, wrong button. No, it's fine. Right, footprint 1. Got Nullberries, good. Footprint 2. Anything so far? No? Ooh. Oh. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Old root. Footprints. Another deposit. Ooh, splintered thorns. That'll be a Nergigante thing. Where are you? Ah.
There! Nergigante's trail!
I know. What I just said. You can make these massive crystals land on monsters if you hit them right. Old broken rock. Fair. Now, going down there, we need to make a cool drink. Oh, there's a mushroom for it. Not that one. This one. There you go, cool drink. Can't remember how long it lasts, so let's make the most of it. If I remember correctly, there is what I refer to as the lava slug up here. Parashroom. Where? Oh. Nope, it's a god bug. It just said there was footprints. Ah. Amber deposit. More Nergigante stuff. Keep an eye on that cool drink.
Nergigante has been here. We're on the right track.
I know. Oh, I didn't mean to keep pressing the wrong button. Well, it better last now. Shall I find another cold shroom? Don't need that. I'll grab that, because why not? Meow. Don't mind me, fluffy thing. It's gonna mind me, isn't it? Oh no. Good choice. I'm back! Welcome back! Oh. You ready? Lava slug. Now, why would you go near that? Lava slug. Or lava slug. Right? My goodness.
Ranged weapon. Does a lot of damage and lets you use more powerful ammo.
But you can't move very fast. Get its attention with normal ammo. Ooh, got its attention. Shit. That is the only thing. Oh. Really? Yeah, take that. Right in the face. You deserve that. deserve that. Alright, alright. Calm down. Let me tell you something. Where's it gone? Oh, you pain in the butt. This is unnecessary. I think you're all overreacting a little bit. He did, didn't he? Clearly someone was offended. Oops. I am now offended. Don't get a lot of stamina. I'm sure I had more stamina than this in my other save. Do we have to make the schlop noise? Just saying. Is the schlop noise really, really necessary? Right, where is it? There it is. Let's go! Didn't mean to do that. Stop pressing the wrong button, for the love of all that is holy! Meow. Oh, at least I might be able to pick up another cold thing while I'm here. Is it growing back? It has! Fabulous. Woo! Stop pressing the wrong button. You know what? I'm going to put it on there. Until you learn how to press the right button, you don't get to have anything on the square. Should we try sticky ammo on it? Ha! Got you, bitch. Ooh! Ha! Don't block with the fifth. I'm trying, but it's all I know. Shit. Oh, great. Now I'm dazed. Pete? Pete? Hello? Little help. Little help. Thanks. Will you absolutely swivel, mate? Oh, can die again. Fudge. Panda, use the faith. The force. Use the force. Come on then. Ooh, hello. In the face! Only thing with the heavy gun, you move so slowly. And for face blockers like myself, that can prove a bit bad, bit bad. Woo! Rude. Hey, that got you. Let's look at. Ooh. Ow. Yep. Get out the lava. Oh, you've got a blizzard. Oh, God. Oh, welcome back, and I'm glad you got home safe. Oh, no, I'm on fire. Right, hang on, I'm on fire. Just a minute. Bloody hell. Oh, now you're just being silly. Welcome back. Woohoo! Where you going? There you are. The blizzard. Crikey. Right. Footprint. Prick. Double prick. Minus 17. Oh, no thank you. Ah! Why would you lock onto the mosquito when there's a lava worm? You know what I mean? Thank you, cat. No? No, okay. He changed his mind. He was like, I'll heal you. Actually, I need it more than you. At least there's no mosquitoes. And if there are, that's very concerning. Yeah, not nice, huh? Ooh. Look, you deserve it, okay? You keep doing that. Woo. Probably should have avoided that one. Yeah. No. No. Ha. Now, I know you can end up getting a gem that will grant you, it's like a chance of an additional shot And when you level that up, very handy. Like, the chances that you need to reload are quite slim. Your bullets last forever. Ooh. Have it. It's worth it. What are you doing? Get the fucking... This is not the time. Yeah. Eat it. That was rude. Take one for the team, Pete. Hey, where are you going? I'm not done. Fucking eat it. Deserve that. Ah! Oh no. Yeah, Minnesota is rather chilly right now. Ooh. I'll just stay here for what I never thought I'd say that. I'll just stay here for now. I couldn't handle that, like, nope. I am too delicate. I should probably get some more health. Oh, excuse me. Let's go. Setting a pitfall trap and then going Rambo in the face. Yes. I could see that being amazing. Oh. Hello? Meow. Oh, hang on, I've probably got to top up me flipping stamina. Yep. The schlop noise is lovely. Really, really nice. Love hearing that. Woo, recoil! Look, you asked for it, okay? You made me faint. Don't know what else you expect. Whoop. Uh-oh. Hey, I'm shooting at you. What you doing? Running away and shit. Rude. Okay, that was quite rude. Ha! Oh, it's poisoned at least. I forgot what I did. Ah! Oh no, I need to reload. Oh, that was good. Aha, well done. Woo. Yeah, hit that wall. Nope. Oh no, get out of the lava! Like, this is the most literal the floor is lava we can possibly play, okay? Not that. Thanks. Balls. Christ, I'd be happy you're not past minus 30. Good losh. Losh? I'm on fire. Oh, behave yourself. Put myself out. I'm gonna faint. Go on, Pete. Got this. Fucker. Mother. Fucker. Yeah, suck it. Right, try normal 3. Excuse you. Where is it? Excuse me. Oh, balls. Thanks, Pete. Flame nut, yeah, that'll make gunpowder. Will I please stop pressing the wrong button? For the love of all that's holy. I made it mad. Woo. Ooh. Yep, I made it mad. Sounds like a bad rash, and it does. Ooh. Out the lava. No, that's in the lava. Out the lava. Well done. Where are you shooting? Nowhere. I bet not be coming down with something. I swear I will not be impressed. I mean, the body slam was unnecessary. Saw that coming. Yep. Thanks. You 100% son of. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Could have been worse. I thought he was going one way, he went another. Ooh, what was that noise? I'm just like pirouetting my way through life right now. Just because you got your little mates. And I keep rolling into the fudge nugget. Thank you very much, Varric. I appreciate that. You didn't mean to do that. Thank you. Now I'm gonna get all bashful. You guys are so nice. Stop it. I mean, I suppose don't be mean. I just stopped up. It better die. Stupid lava fish. Right. Where is it? Ooh, it's nearly dead. It's nearly dead. Oh, nope. Tried the wrong button. But gosh darn it. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. And you know what I got? I got me one of these. I'm just gonna sneak right past you. Take this, foul beast! Ha! If I could teabag you right now, I would. Yes! We did it! Looks more like an axolotl. The fuck kind of axolotl you been looking at? I would be terrified of them if they look like that. Victory! Do I have a victory sound? I can't remember. I do not. I have this.
I love you, random citizen.
Woohoo! Stupid lava slug. Punching the crap out of us and setting us on fire all the time. And I ran out of potions twice.
You are watching a master at work.
Thank you, darling. I try. Right. I know we've got 2 more things to complete. But I kind of got blurry vision in one eye. And we're half an hour over our normal timed set.
You did it! You did it! I knew you would! I just knew you would!
So I'm going to snooze these ads, save the game, and we can return to this either potentially tomorrow, I don't know. We shall see. We shall see what's on the cards. I can't save right now because I'm on expedition. I knew that. Oh. do believe my headphones are a bit tight. But woohoo, we got a thing! I fell asleep. So that's me awake for the night again. Oh no. Was it my soothing vocals? Just sent you off to La La Land. The soothing sound of ah! As I get the shit kicked out of us. But that's fine. That's okay. I don't really sleep much anyway, so I'll just keep you company. Hate when that happens. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're back in time for a raid. Who shall we raid, though? That's the thing. So get back with save, and then I'll hop onto the raid screen.
Listen to me.
But how actually a 2-hour nap destroys the whole night? It does, to be fair.
You can do this.
Yes, I can. Okay, we have saved. That's the wrong button. That's also the wrong button. So good at this stuff. Pro. Oh, I love this. Glad I could catch you again. I'm glad you could catch us too. Will you be streaming later? Ooh, but diddle, I just nearly dropped everything. It's so annoying. I know. Not till tomorrow. That is fair. That is fair. So let's have a look. We have... Oh, Neon's playing Monster Hunter if we want to continue with the Monster Hunter. Oh, I'm not sorry. No, I did it wrong. You interrupted the start of my song. It's catchy, it's annoying, it's going to be stuck in your head, and I'm not sorry. Right, oh, we've got Graysel's playing Path of Exile 2. Being evil now. I was always evil, I just hid it well. Oh, come on, it's catchy. So, what do we want? Would we like to go and continue with Monster Hunter and go and see Neon? Would we like to go Path of Exile 2 and go and see Graysel? Come back, what's up? We'll stick with Monster Hunter for now. All you gotta do is just... Actually, no, scratch that. I've not raided Graysel before, so we'll go see Graysel. Have I put it in right? Yes, I have. Oh, hang on. Oh, no, she's raiding. So, Neon. Sorry. I had too many sounds going off at once there and I couldn't figure out what was going on. So Neon it is. And I needed to find out what his little thing was. SYTW.
Think I gave birth to a Mexican.
Okie dokie. So we have red S. Red F. Sorry, I got myself all flustered there. Just as I went to raid her, like, you know, when you go into the raid screen bit, it had her up and someone going, oh, should you go and raid Panda? And I'm like, no, don't go and raid me. I'm coming to raid you. That happened. So, what on earth? I didn't realise that song was on in the background. Thank you, everybody, for coming here. Thank you for the raids. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate you greatly. And I'm just going to be all, like, awkward. Oh, God, that made me cringe. But thank you all for being here. And hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow. Be safe with the blizzards and whatnot and the cold. Please be safe. And please go say hi to Neon. I appreciate you greatly, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now, guys.